Hi there. So today I want to talk about the announcement that Disney made a few days ago about the development and construction of a new theme park, the seventh theme park in Abu Dhabi. And this is something I think nobody was expecting, and it was kind of a surprise when the announcement came out, and it was, I mean, really unexpected. So it's not going to be owned by Disney, which is going to be a second example of this after Tokyo, which is Disney has no ownership in it. Uh, Disney has a partial ownership in the Shanghai and the Hong Kong resort. It used to have partial ownership of Paris. Now they own the Paris resort entirely. In this case, they are not going to own this. They're gonna uh, design it with Imagineers, but it's going to be built, owned, and operated by Abu Dhabi company, the Miral Group. And this is something I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the whole deal, but considering the money that is going in Abu Dhabi, I mean, the money you can make in Abu Dhabi, but also maybe you need to know the market. And I don't know if there is some legislation that doesn't allow foreign corporation to own things directly in Abu Dhabi, or it may also be the case. So the market is um, peculiar, I would say, like just like the European market was peculiar in the 80s, the Japanese market, the Chinese market. So maybe having a local partner is also an important part of the project as well. And the whole park is going to be located in this Yas Island, which is like a entertainment destination that they are building in near Abu Dhabi, actually. And it seems that according to the first um, press releases and interviews that the Disney executives did about the park, that they're planning something which is going to be like extremely digital as well. You can have a lot of on-site fun, entertainment. Of course, it's a theme park. You go there, you pay to go there, but also you can will have the chance to explore more things with your phone, with your um, digital. It's going to be digitalized. This is something that is a first for Disney, and I think in the whole industry is going to be a first. So I'm really looking forward to it, to what is going to be. Now let's go for, the negatives. It's probably going to be an interesting location for a theme park, but I think that the Disney location that is going to lose the most with the opening of this theme park is unfortunately Paris. In the 80s, when they planned the park, they had a master agreement with the French government that forced Disney to own part of the park and to list it on the Paris Stock Exchange and to include European teams inside the park. It was part of the deal with the French government. And this deal forced Disney to actually make a park that was different, that was new, that was more creative. Have a look at the Sleeping Beauty castle in Paris and have a look at the other Sleeping Beauty castles. When you have the real French castle next door, you need to be creative, and the result is amazing. And since Disney acquired the complete ownership of the theme park, they haven't done anything. How many years has passed since a completely new attraction has opened in the Disneyland park? If you ever look at the Disneyland park in Anaheim, Orlando, the Magic Kingdom in Orlando, or Tokyo Disneyland, they have lots of new attractions. Star Wars Land in Anaheim. In Paris, they just refurbished Phantom Manor and Pirates of the Caribbean. But apart from that, what have they done? The hotels, okay, they refurbished the hotels, but and another thing about the hotels is that they become extremely expensive. The Disneyland Hotel after the updates, the Marvel Hotel, and they also did a cover on. I don't remember if it was Vanity Fair, the Arabic version of Middle East version of Vanity Fair, because they knew that most of the people who could afford to go to the new Disneyland Hotel were located in the Middle East. It's extremely expensive for a European to go to the Disneyland Hotel, and you are opening a new resort in Dubai, so it's plausible that most of the people who go to Disneyland Paris, rich tourists from the Middle East, they would now go to you're silent. So you lose a lot of tourism in France potentially to open a new location in Abu Dhabi. And so, I mean, what is the audience that they are hoping for Paris? I mean, I know that they are doing a lot of renovation at the Walt Disney Studios Park, which is going to be called Disney Adventure Worlds soon, with the opening of Lion King Land, Frozen Land. Okay, got it. Uh, I mean, the master plan agreement with the French government also is forced Disney to build the third theme park if there a certain amount of yearly visitor is reached and within a certain time frame, which is probably not going to be reached. So I really wonder what's the plan with Disney has with Paris. What's their long term plan with the property? Do they want to make it viable? I mean, since Disney bought the whole park, they did some renovation that wasn't improving the park. It was actually doing the opposite. Like they removed the animatronics for from the Nautilus attraction in Discoveryland. It's now a 3D screen. It's not the same. The good thing about Disneyland Paris was that being partially owned by Disney, it allowed them to be more some independent in a way, but also be controlled by Disney. Now that they are completely part of the corporation, I think they've been losing some creativity potential. And now that there is a new resort in Dubai, I don't really understand what's going to happen to Paris. Is it still going to be an important asset for Disney, or is it just going to be left behind as a minor property for this European who don't spend much when they go to the theme parks and they're not as rich as the Americans or whatever. So I really wonder what's the plan that Disney has with Paris, considering that it's not a good moment. I mean, uh, Universal just announced a new theme park in the United Kingdom, in Great Britain. They weren't lucky the first time when they bought Portaventura in Spain like a few years ago, and they sold it back after almost immediately because they didn't. They maybe tried to buy it back again a few years ago, but maybe they didn't manage. Okay, so now they decided we're going to build a new theme park in the United Kingdom. I mean, it's not going to be open until 2031, but you need to be prepared. I mean, you are Disney. You want to be prepared for everything that can happen, but it seems they're not caring. I mean, I have the impression that they're not doing much. I mean, they're announcing a new attraction, the Villains Land in the Magic Kingdom in Florida. But when they come to Paris, just minor announcements. So you really wonder what's the plan they have with that. And also, I mean, it's Abu Dhabi. So as an LGBTEQ plus tourist, would you be feeling safe, considering most of Disney fans are LGBTQ plus? So would you go to Abu Dhabi? How would you feel there? I mean, it's true that Abu Dhabi is probably one of the most, I wouldn't say progressive location. I would just say that they are, um, I mean, if you are a rich tourist and you come from abroad, they kind of respect you if you don't behave in a certain way, I suppose, compared to other places in the area. But I think that many people are not going to be comfortable going in Abu Dhabi. People who has like the long-term life goal to visit all Disney theme parks now have like this theme park they might not be able to go to. So what's the plan with that? And also is, I mean, the only thing that the only location that Disney has to cover so far, considering they're not covering the Middle East, is maybe Singapore, because Universal has a theme park in Singapore. It's a licensed theme park. They don't own it. They're gonna have a theme park in London, the America, of course, Orlando and California, and Tokyo, of course. Both Disney and Universal have Tokyo. And so it seems so far, but Disney has two resorts in China, which is something that Universal doesn't have. So but still, Singapore is probably the only world location. It will also cover Oceania as well. Disney had a plan for a theme park in Sydney a few decades ago, I think, but it never materialized. So, I mean, Abu Dhabi is helping them in covering which market. Then maybe also Paris was good to cover for them, but somehow they didn't feel they felt they needed a new theme park, whatever. And so there isn't much room for expansion for the future apart from Singapore, maybe. But the biggest risk for me in this project as a European is that I think that Paris is going to lose a lot. And the safety that some tourists might feel in Abu Dhabi, um, mostly LGBTIQ plus people. So I really want. I mean, they haven't announced much. We've seen a few concept charts, and the castle looks interesting. It's going to be on the sea. It's going to be different from everything we've seen before. I mean, if you remember, there was a concept art for a castle in Paris that looked like it came out from the Jules Verne books. Then they reverted to a more traditional idea. But I mean, the idea of a different castle has been around for a while. Okay, so just to summarize my feelings about this resort, a part of myself is really curious about it. I really want to see what they're going to make, the castle, the park on the sea. Maybe I mean it's not the only location they have on the sea. The Tokyo Disney Sea as well is located just next to the ocean. So I'm really curious about the details. And they haven't announced much about this theme park. We just saw a few concept arts. But another side of me is really skeptical about um, some issues with the project, especially how they're going to deal with foreign tourists, or I mean, even local tourists, LGBTQ people especially. So, I mean, I think we'll have a few answers in the future because we don't know much about this project. But I'm really looking forward to know what you think about this. So you can write a comment if you want. And well, thanks for watching this video and see you soon.